Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It is Friday. It is our 90th episode. I'm excited about that. But more than that, I'm excited because you're here. I'm here. But guess what? We have a we that's here today. And that we is my family from New Jersey. And so, what we converted this to today is Friends on Friday. How about that? So, on today, on this Friends on Friday, we're going to be juicing cucumbers, cabbage, Granny Smith apples, which y'all know that's my favorite because it flushes out the immune system and gets all of those toxins out of the body. And we're going to do red pears. We're going to use the Nama juicer today. And I want to tell y'all, remember the other day when I was juicing and something happened to my juicer? It's because I lost some parts. Go figure. So we're going to load the Nama, and then I'm going to tell y'all the benefits of this juice, and then I'm going to tell y'all something else. Remember one of the shows we did, I don't know which episode it was, we actually talked about fats, and that I said in error that there were no vegetables that produce fats. Well, today I'm going to give y'all a list of vegetables that produce fats. The show is not about fats today. The show is just about life, things that happen to us in life, things that cause us to make the wrong decisions that may derail our lives. But we all know that God is all the while at work in us, both to will and to do of his good pleasure. And because he is always working on us, he is going to make a change and a shift in our life that will use all of the bad or what we thought was bad for our good. And that's what we're going to talk about today on Friends on Friday. So I'm going to have the little ones to come because this is my husband's nephew and his family. They came in town on yesterday to be with us for about 4 days. And I'm excited that they're here. So I want Jasiri and Dorian to come up to say hello to everybody. Come on, come on, and look in the camera. And this is Jasiri, everybody. Isn't she adorable? Oh, and this is Dorian, and he's going to be, remember that face, she's going to be a prima ballerina, and he's going to be an NBA star one day. So y'all remember those faces and remember those names, all right? Y'all want to say anything? Mm-mm, no? Okay. All right. So, Jay, can you go to the door and get that package from them because that might be my parts for my Nama at front door. So, everybody, so what we're going to talk about today while he's going to get my package from UPS, I'm hoping it's the part for my Nama because I was going to go ahead and use my Nama with the part that wasn't there. I did it the other day. It just slowed up the process a little bit, caused it to bind up some. But I wanted to give you all the list of the vegetables that are highest in fat and highest in the saturated fats that are really, really good for our heart. And then it is some unsaturated fats. Can you open it for me? Because I think that it's my, here, I'll give you a knife. And so it's also high in unsaturated fats. Please forgive me for that, guys. But listen, avocados are the number one. It's 15.4 grams of fat in an avocado. Olives are second to that, 10.7 grams in black olives. And then we have corn. Corn has fat. Collard greens even have fat. Brussels sprouts have fat. Mushrooms, cauliflower, broccoli, kale, zucchini, artichokes, romaine lettuce. Thank you, baby. My part came in, y'all, from the Nama folks: parsnip, romaine lettuce, green beans, and spaghetti squash. Thank you. Yay! That's what I was looking for too. But listen at this, guys. So when your doctor tells you that you need to be on a low-fat diet, he's talking about all the bad fats, the fats that are in French fries. When those fries are fried in that oxidated grease, that grease that's been sitting there for days and they're still frying the French fries and we still eating them, or that fried chicken that we eat, that's the bad fat. But now I've given you a list of good fats because the organs need fat. The organs are surrounded by a cushion of fat, every organ in the body. So what we have to do is we have to incorporate the good fats. I'm going to give you that list one more time, okay? Avocado, olives, corn. I know, I heard y'all. I heard you say, but corn is full of starch, but it's a healthy starch. The body needs what God made in the earth for us. Everything that He made was good for this body that He created. It becomes bad when we become um, habitually addictive to one particular food. That's part of my nature that I have to get under control. So if you like one particular fruit or one particular vegetable all the time, you can't do that every day. You have to have a variety of fruits and vegetables so that you can feel better, so that your body can work at peak performance, and so that you can have what is called homeostasis. There's a balance with it all, and then you'll be able to flow and move about freely. And I want to tell y'all, I am up to 35 sit ups and 25 of those leg lifts that I told y'all about. So I feel pretty good. So, and I think I've lost 2 pounds in this journey. So I'm happy about that as well. Collard greens, Brussels sprouts, mushrooms, cauliflower, broccoli, kale, zucchini, artichoke, romaine lettuce, parsnip, green beans, and spaghetti squash. Now, for those of you who are saying you're going too fast, guess what? You can push the rewind button and rewind, right, play. Rewind, right, play. Right? That's what I do. When I don't get everything, that's why this is recorded and not live on today. I want to thank everybody that's watching. I want to thank all my subscribers. I want to thank those who are subscribing and sharing. I want to thank those who are subscribing, sharing, and liking. But also for those of you who are going in the description box and you're looking at the items that we sell there, like the Nama Juicer, like the Breville Juicer, the Celtic salt is there, the coconut oil is there, the Be Healthy vitamins are there. Everything that I talk about on the show is in the description box. You can order it. And you know what? It's a blessing to me when you do order because I get paid from Amazon when you do that. So, everybody, let's make this juice. But I'm going to add this part that I am missing, and I'll show y'all what it is. There is a part in the Nama Juicer that goes in the pulp catcher. And some kind of way, I won't say I did it. I had a visitor who washed dishes for me and they didn't think it was important, so they threw it out. I wasn't mad with them. Now, y'all know I take responsibility when I mess up, but that wasn't my fault because I know how important each part is. And isn't that something? Just like all of the components in the Nama Juicer, if they're not there, the Nama will not work properly. It's the same way in our body. If we don't get the proper nutrients, if we don't put balanced food in our bodies, we are not going to function properly because all the body parts work together when they're working together with the right nutrients. So I'm going to rinse this piece off. I'm going to put it in, and we are going to go ahead and make this juice. And I'm going to call my nephew up while I load up the juicer too. Come on up, Jay. This is my nephew because it's my husband's nephew.
That's right. That's right.
And so they have connected again with their uncle. It is my husband's only brother, and this is his oldest son, right?
Yes.
And so they're from Jersey, and he's come in town to be with us. And Jay, I got to cut that light out, and I thought I did because it's a reflection here. Since it's daylight, I don't have to. That's the one. Yep. But, you know, I want Jay to share his story. Remember at the beginning of the show, we talked about how you can have a lot of us think that life is over because when we're young and we don't make those decisions like our parents may have told us, right?
Yes.
Or circumstances in life, we don't have the proper tools to walk through those things. And I know a little bit about Jay's story. His father passed on your birthday, right? On his 21st birthday. And so that was detrimental to him. It had a profound effect on him and his decision making from that day forth. But what God did, He came and rescued him, and God became his father and brought healing to him. And now Jay goes in. I'm not going to tell y'all everything. I'll let him tell y'all that part. So Jay, tell us a little bit about your journey, if you could.
Okay, sure. Well, I come from being a high school athlete, college athlete, and like I lost my father at the age of 21 on my 21st birthday, and that was a traumatic experience.
Mm-hmm.
And I came home because of some family issues from school,
Mm-hmm.
and I connected with my old friends,
Mm-hmm.
but they had progressed in the criminal and drug lifestyle.
Okay.
And me needing money to help support myself and my family, I reconnected with those friends,
Okay.
and I didn't know that's where the downward spiral began from the criminal lifestyle, the drug and alcohol lifestyle,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a vicious cycle introducing me to prisons and jails, and a
Wow.
vicious cycle that continued for years.
Mm-hmm.
And 18 years ago, when the willingness and the pain met up,
Ah.
I was open to do something different,
Okay.
and I was able to hear the message,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I started a new path, and I haven't had to look back in over 18 years.
And so, with you not looking back, though, what did that experience for you? Because a lot of people don't understand when I tell them God is all the while at work. Sometimes the journey that we take is not necessarily in His choosing, but He will make it all work together for good. And so, in that change, that shift in your mind, and Him saying, okay, enough is enough, I got to pull him out of that. What did you do with what you learned? What are you doing now?
Okay. Well, I didn't understand when I was going through all that. I thought it was something happening to me, but it was actually something happening for me.
Wow.
And now I have the privilege and the honor of working in the prison system and running groups, facilitating groups with guys that are trying to come out of the criminal and drug addictive lifestyle.
Wow.
And I facilitate groups in an environment that's not comfortable to everybody, but it's very comfortable to me. And it's about overall wellness.
Okay.
Creating some positive habits, relinquishing the negative habits that were non-effective. Right? Because once we put down those old behaviors and old ways of thinking, we leave a void and we need to fill it with something positive. And so I help the guys and run groups about creating some positive things to replace the negatives and living a healthy lifestyle, mentally, physically, and spiritually.
So tell me, when you do go into the prisons, because that's what you do,
Yes.
and you're actually paid to do this now.
Absolutely.
And what institution do you work with? I mean, who is your employer?
I work for Rutgers University, state of New Jersey.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all, I mean, because I really want us to understand that God will take what we call a mess and turn it into a message. And in Him turning His situation into a message that He can go and be relatable to this generation, He's being paid to do that. So I want to encourage all of us that whatever it is that we're dealing with, whatever we're going through, I don't care how difficult it is, God will use it if we allow Him to. We can't stay down. And that's the problem where a lot of people fall into that. They actually believe that this is it. This is the end. Don't ever think that it's the end. It's actually the beginning. All right, Jay. So what is it that, so you work for Rutgers University.
Yes.
And they send you into the prisons.
Yes. And I run groups, a 5-week group on wellness, overall wellness.
Okay.
We talk about mental, spiritual, physical, emotional wellness, social wellness, and we talk about what habits have been effective, what's not effective anymore. Where do I see myself? How do I envision myself as being well? What does wellness mean to me?
Wow.
And we share our life experiences, we share goals, and we help each other.
Okay. And so with this program, though, it actually, you had to revisit your past in order to come here where you are today. Was that a painful process? Because I know for me, there were things that I had to revisit when I was 6 years old that I can't discuss on the show because children watch the show. But there were things that I had to revisit, and in revisiting that that feeling, that spirit kind of stepped into the room with me, and I didn't like it, but I had to push past that in order to get where I am today. Tell me when you revisited those past hurts and past traumas.
Right. Well, wasn't quite. It was fearful in the beginning before I ventured on a journey of revisiting my past. But when I got there, it wasn't painful because that's my past experience. I've already been through it, but I needed to go through it to examine the initial pain, what drove me to the things I used to do. And by doing that, I was able to see that, like I was in the care of the whole time. I didn't understand. And when I revisited that pain, I needed to see that. I need to see the direction I went wrong, right? So I could stay on this right path. And I still always reflect back to my past.
Okay.
Because life is good right now.
Yeah.
What used to be attractive to me is no longer attractive to me.
Wow. How did that, okay, I like this term, unpack that. What used to be attractive to you life-wise, what you were engaged in, why is that no longer attractive to you?
Because I've been conditioned by creating some new habits, by living this way long enough this is the lifestyle that's attractive to me.
Okay.
And that old way of lifestyle, all I see is pain and misery, but it used to be attractive to me.
And isn't it something that possibly could be attractive, meaning it's very appealing. I desire that, not even realizing because of lack of knowledge that it's deadly.
Correct.
Yeah. And so now you have the ability to know what is deadly and what is not. And children, that's your childlike nature. You did not know. You did not understand. There's a scripture in Corinthians that says, when I was a child, I thought as a child. I reasoned as a child. But when I became a man or woman, I put away those childish things. So that was the child in you making those decisions. But you were an adult in number.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That makes a difference, right? Because a lot of people think just because you are older in number of age doesn't mean that you're older in your ability to understand life because you are that age. Okay, so
no, I needed to have that experience that I went through, and I needed to be exposed to some people that are doing the things that I want to do. See, my exposure early on was that of the drug and criminal lifestyle. That's what I saw, so they made it look glamorous to me.
Yes.
But they didn't tell me the downsides of it, and I had to go through it myself to understand that I was sold a dream that wasn't true.
Okay, let me stop right there. Listen, y'all. Any of you that are out there who have young people, you have a ministry and you need somebody to come and talk to them, Jay travels. He is a life coach. He is a public speaker. And if you need him to come to minister to or even talk to your group of young people, I'm going to see about him getting with the city of Newport News, which is a city that I work in, don't live in. For those of you who are trying to figure out where I live, I don't live in the city of Newport News, but I do work there. And I met a man at a funeral that I went to who is starting a program with the youth over there. So this is like a God divine moment to me. So now that you understand that's no longer attractive, how long did it take you to accept that this is not right? Did you ever fall back? Or did you ever think about going back, but you knew I can't do that, and you kept pushing into the new Jay?
Well, at the time of my change process, I was dealing with so much pain because I exhausted all resources in that lifestyle to no avail.
Yes.
I was very unsuccessful, temporary successes, but no long term success. So I was tired. So I needed to be at that point where I was exhausted, and I said I can't win living like this. And so even when I started the change process, I still had thoughts. I still, because I'm a creature of habit,
right?
And I was conditioned to think and do these things. But I held on long enough to see some positive results. Because when the positive results started to come in, they came in abundance. And I was so fearful to go left because I didn't want them to stop.
Okay, hold on. Did y'all hear that word? Abundance. That's what Christ comes to do. He comes to give us the abundant life. He said, I come to give you life and that life more abundantly. He tapped into that resource why would you want to go back? Really, I mean, really, y'all. Once you tap into God, why would you want to go back? Okay.
No, you're absolutely right. And since then, I've been seeing constant benefits, growth. I have my struggles, have my little
We
pains,
all
but
do.
I've learned like to not avoid situations, to go through them. I've come perfectly equipped to handle life situations.
Oh my.
And I usually benefit at the end of it when I go through.
Yeah.
And I understand that at the end of it, it's not for me. It's for me to share my experience with somebody else, because somebody else has similar experience, similar situations.
Yeah.
I'm not unique. I'm
Wow.
not the only one that went through things, that think the way I thought. And so now it's a privilege and an honor to give back to people that had similar dilemmas or situations as me.
Go ahead.
And I can touch them, and they can identify with my story, and I let them know that if it's possible for me, it's possible for them as well.
Can you give me one key thing that you do when the thoughts come? How do you arrest those thoughts? How do you in scripture it says that you take those thoughts captive. You go in, but what is that process for you when the thought comes? Because I like processes. I like knowing the ABCs and one, two, threes of a thing. So what do you do? Because nobody knows that you're going through it. Nobody around you knows that this thought has come to be attractive to you again, or maybe you're just having a hard day, can't can't make can't really push past something, and this used to be your go-to thing.
Absolutely.
So how do you work through that? I want to know that.
Oh, I'm glad you asked that. And it's because now, because it's normal for me to have those thoughts. It's abnormal for me to live the way I was living, especially early on in the change process, because that was normal to me. So now what I do is, and what is that I see this, I get the thought, but I process the entire thought. I used to suffer from selective amnesia. When I would glamorize or just go back to when the times were good, because at the beginning the times were good.
Right.
But I needed to play the whole picture, and it never ends well. So I need to remember the end of the road, not the beginning of the road. And then once I get there, it's real clear to me that this way is not attractive to me anymore. Right. That's why I say it's not attractive. It's not a feeling. I never want to experience those feelings again.
So what I'm hearing you say, because I want to get this right, is we can't take the soundbite of, this is what you used to do. You're hearing, this is what I used to do, and this is the end result of what I used to do. And I can't do that in this situation right now. Correct. Is that what I heard you say?
Correct.
I love that because, oh my gosh, I'm so excited with this particular interview because so many of us need to know that. How did that make you feel? I remember, and I said this on one of the shows, Ed used to say to me when I was struggling with managing money, he would say, aren't you tired of bill collectors calling? How does that make you feel when you get off the phone with them and you're lying to them? And I never forgot that. He'll tell me sometimes, you're not my mama, because I'll challenge him with stuff. But really, I needed the father in him in my life to help me because I didn't understand. I like pleasurable things at the moment. I liked instant gratification. And I didn't understand the process of delayed gratification. And once I learned it, paying bills and getting in the rhythm of paying the small bill first and seeing that victory, and then taking that money and adding it to the second bill and seeing that victory, seeing the long term. Now we're in this house because I learned how to co-labor with him or be interdependent with him in us moving forward, because we can't live the way we do now with just his income. He's retired, but with us coming together. But he was the one that taught me. God just kept making him question her, and it hurt him because that's not his nature, but he had to, because it was God's hand in his back saying, "Ask her," and he did. But it helped me to get to where I am today. I am so proud of you, and I don't know your full journey, but I can imagine how you felt, how small you felt about yourself. I believe, and I could be wrong, you tell me if I'm wrong, but some people still, they don't see the new you. They don't, I'm not saying everybody, but some people still see you as that person there, even though you're here, even though you're so far away from that person. Even when it comes to in conversations, do you ever hear a little hint of the belittling or I'm better than? Do you ever get that? Because I still get it.
I guess an occasion if I speak with people from my past
Mm-hmm.
that maybe still in there or they still see me like that, but most of the people that I come in contact and I communicate with today,
Mm-hmm. They
have,
respect you.
they respect me, they respect my journey,
Ah.
and they tell me that it's a blessing that I don't reflect what I've been through.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not held prisoner to my past.
Right.
But there are always going to be doubters. There's always going to be
Mm-hmm.
people that are not well wishers, are not
Yes,
too happy for your
absolutely.
success.
Mm-hmm.
So if they are, they might be talking, but they're not saying it directly to me.
Ah,
So it's not coming
okay.
directly to me.
That's good. And I'm glad about that. And you're right with the doubters and the naysayers. They are there. And some people will remove themselves from your life, not because they don't like you anymore, but they don't like that you have outgrown not them, but the place that you were in. You're no longer there. And I like what you said too. In the church world, we call that the residue of your past. You no longer have even the residue of that. And so nobody could just walk up to you and say, "Oh yeah, man, let me purchase or let me do," or you still hooked up. It's not there. And so I think that this is wonderful, and I'm going to say again, I'm very proud of you. I like the journey that God has taken you on. I thank you for being willing to come on my Pause with God Friends on Friday. And so is it anything that you want to say to a parent or anybody that's out there that has a child that's in the journey of where you started?
Okay. Yes, I would. First,
And
I
you
would
can look
tell
in the
them
camera and
to
tell them.
please continue to just pray, continue to give them the information. It's called planting the seed, and we just give them the information. I received the information long before I was ready to act on it, but I remembered it, and prayerfully, the pain will get great enough of living this way of life that you'll start to have some open mindedness to a new direction, right? And just be supportive of when that process of change takes place, to just be patient with your loved one, try to guide them. You know, no one's perfect, but if they're trying, it's very important to have a support network that encourages you, that tries to talk to your spirit and let you know that you are worthy, you are good enough to achieve this, and you're not, you're not who what your past experiences.
And so, Jay, this question came to me while you were talking because a lot of parents believe that if I don't help support this, then they may go out and do something, they may get in trouble. What do you say to a parent who is actually enabling a person when they um, allow them to have access to their finances or access to things that they could possibly steal and sell to do what they want to do? How do you help a person, a parent or a caregiver in that process? Because that's a very fine line.
That is, and that's a touchy one because it's an emotional tie there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's by nature the parents are going to want to help their child,
Mm-hmm.
and what I've learned is I have to allow them their process. I have to pray for them, and I have to allow them their process. I have to allow them to bump their head. I have to allow them to struggle long enough to where they see that it's not working out for them.
So is that how? And is that how your mom did?
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. And you thank her for that now, don't you? You
Very
didn't
grateful.
like it at the time.
Right. And she never gave up on me.
Right.
But I was cut off as far as finances, but she was still still there for me emotionally, and I know she was praying for me, right?
I love this.
But she, she knew the more that she thought she was helping me, she was actually hurting me, and she did me a disservice by supporting me through that lifestyle.
Okay. So, and we're done though. Jay, thank you so much for this interview. I know that you will be coming to Virginia. Y'all might have to get a house here in Virginia so that you'll be look in between North and the Deep South, because I believe that God's going to use your ministry mightily, that He is going to not only bless your family financially, but you are going to be able to minister healing to thousands, even millions of people in this journey and in this generation. So thank you for being here.
I love you. I appreciate you.
Oh, thank you. They need look, he has to leave me because they're putting up a basketball goal so the kids can have something to do. So I'm gonna go on with my juice show. Thank you, Jay, for coming.
It's a pleasure.
So guys, so what I'm gonna tell you about this, was it not fantastic? I learned so much, and this is wonderful to see what God can do with our lives, with our journey with Him, how He will take our mess and make it a message. But I want to tell you all out there who you're dealing with somebody who have had addictive problems, who've been in the drug life, who may be still in the drug life, who may be out there selling drugs. I don't know. But I want to tell y'all, continue to pray for them. Continue to ask God for wisdom on how you are to help your loved one so that they can move forward in this life. Y'all, I'm telling you, God is in control. He's even in control of the show. I know y'all were wondering, where is she and why is she not doing a juice show? But it was because I have been so busy, guys. A friend of mine, her daughter passed unexpectedly, 33 years old. And that I wanted to be there as a support system to my friend. And I know y'all understand that. There are things that happen in life that are unexpected, and we, sometimes have to stop the things that we think are so important. Because you know what? I realized this is episode 90. So you all had 89 episodes that y'all could refer back to. I love you all. I love the support I get. I love the growth that we have. I love the people that are actually being consistently faithful to watching me, but also watching to see what does God have to say to me on today. So I want to tell y'all, this juice that we're doing, this is this one is an antioxidant rich juice. It's not one that has the polyphenol so far as the coloring, but it is a nice green drink because we haven't done a green drink in a while. I want to tell y'all, I really wanted to do my favorite, the pineapple, grapefruit, and raspberry drink because I have some raspberries in my refrigerator that I know they're starting to go bad, but it's okay if they are, because I'm still going to cut off the bad part and I'm going to use what's good. I want to tell y'all again, I'm using the Nama Juicer, and I hope that you got a good list of those fats that are actually in the foods that we eat. So now, when somebody says, I'm fat free, I don't eat a lot of fat, if they're eating fruits and vegetables, and especially the list that I gave, then please know they are eating fat, and that's a good thing too. So I want to encourage y'all, please eat your fruits, your vegetables, your meats, the good fats, your nuts, your seeds, your lentils, your beans. Please make sure that you eat a well-balanced diet, drink a lot of water, make sure that you carry your snack bag with you so that you will be able to, if you get a little hungry during the day, you'll have something to munch on, right? And you will be able to, I'm going to put these red pears in too, and the rest of the cucumbers. But you will be able to not get so hungry that you binge eat, because I'm learning some things about myself. When you learn what to do, then you know to continue to do that. And even if you fall, like I told us before, you got to forgive yourself, get up and keep going. But don't allow yourself to ever go back. Nobody wants to go back. Nope, nope, nope. None of us want to go back, right? None of us want to go backwards. We can't. We cannot. All right, so I'm going to continue this, and I am going to read the benefits. Yay! I'm going to read the benefits of this juice, okay? So the benefits of the cucumber, guys, is, let's see, benefits are this: vitamin K and vitamin A. Cucumbers are 95% water. They also have several phytonutrients or plant chemicals. They have, let's see, they have, one cucumber is 30 calories, and we did 2. They have 6 carbs. So you see, cucumbers also have carbohydrates, and these are the good carbohydrates. I don't have the technical term, but they're just good for you, besides the white flour carbs and those bad carbs, all right? You have 3 grams of protein in it. You have fiber in it, and especially if you eat it, you got vitamin C, vitamin K, magnesium, potassium, and manganese. And so the benefits of these, number one, cucumbers fight constipation. Ooh, I love that because of the fiber content. The vitamin K in the cucumbers help with blood clots, help keep your bones healthy. The vitamin A in it has many jobs, which it supports your vision, helps with the immune system and reproduction. It also makes sure your organs, like your heart, your lungs, and kidneys, work the way they should. This juice, or this particular vegetable, actually is considered a fruit because it has seeds in it. Helps with osteoporosis, heart disease, and some cancers. They're rich in antioxidants such as beta carotene that's in the cucumbers, fighting off the free radicals. I told y'all those gangsters that show up. This cucumber fights off those free radicals. Let's see what else it does. It helps your body with the unpaired electrons that damage cells and can lead to disease. Cucumbers may also have health benefits outside of your body. Putting cucumbers on your skin will help relieve sunburn. We were talking about sunburn today because we're going to the beach today. I took off today to be with my family. I'm so excited. We have so much stuff planned. And I wanted to tell y'all too, because Sunday, in all of the excitement of everything that's going on, I have to speak. I'm going to Virginia Beach to speak at a church called Gospel of the Kingdom Ministry with Apostle Hurdle at 812 Gammon Road, 11 o'clock on Sunday. So for those of you who would like to hear a word from God, I'm telling y'all, I got my message ready today. It's all typed up because God's been downloading to me for the last 2 weeks when I got the invitation to speak. And I want to tell y'all, it is a right now word from God, not because I'm bringing the word, but because his word is powerful, it's rich, it's sharp, and it will pierce and divide soul and spirit, joint and marrow. And it is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of our heart. And that's why we can't fake the funk when we're with each other or we're around people, because people who are walking with God and walking closely with God, they can discern and pick up when we are not in the right place. I remember when I wasn't in the right place, but I hung around people who were in the right place, and they knew where I wasn't in the right place with God, but they loved me anyway. They prayed for me anyway. So I'm just inviting you all, if you are free this Sunday at 11 o'clock, I will be at 812 Gammon, G as in George, AMMON Road, Virginia Beach, Virginia, 23464, with Apostle Hurdle and his lovely wife, Gospel of the Kingdom Ministries. Amen? Amen. Moving on, because I got to put some more pears in this juice, because the kids are even looking forward to tasting the juice, because they tasted the pears already and they like the pears. But I was saying, we are going to the beach. We got our ping pong table. We got our cornhole board. And we got the basketball goal for the fellas to come over and shoot some hoops. So I am so excited about this weekend and my husband's nephew, reconnecting with him, his only brother's son, who passed. Actually, I believe he was 47 or 49 years old, and his oldest son was 21 when he passed. And so they have all reconnected, and I'm excited. I really am. I'm excited about this. I want to say, look what the Lord has done, and it is marvelous in my eyes. What about marvelous in your eyes? Look at this beautiful juice, guys. Those pears, we're already at almost 72 ounces of juice, and I'm going to tell y'all the other benefits. Look at that beautiful green juice today. I'm going to tell y'all the other benefits of other things too, of the cabbage, because we do have cabbage in there, because we do want the little ones to get their vegetables. Now, the cabbage has vitamin B6. It's good for your metabolism. 1 cup of this cabbage is good for your blood cells, it helps to build red blood cells, strengthens neurotransmitters, and reduces chronic disease. Definitely, it's that degenerative disease, chronic disease. Cucumbers and cabbage combined together. Look at this juice. This is what it's good for. But just the cabbage itself, when you steam the cabbage, you want to keep most of the minerals in it by not boiling the cabbage down. Just stir fry just a little bit and some onions with some onions and coconut oil, and just cut it on for a few minutes, stir it a little bit, cut the pot off, and let it finish steaming, because you want all the benefits from the cabbage. And remember, I did a quick clip on the cabbage steaks, which was fantastic. And these actually are the peels from left over from those cabbage steaks that I made some time ago, and they were still nice and firm, and I was able to juice them on today. So listen at this. Cabbage also is full of B9, which we know, I love the B9, that folic acid, and 1 serving of this is effective on your heart, your circulatory system, and again, your red blood cells. The additional vitamins in this is additional B vitamins in the cabbage is getting a lot of juice here. Yay. What does it do? It's full of antioxidants, helps you to absorb iron into the body, which helps prevent iron deficiencies. Vitamin C encourages white cell production, because that's important, and especially for people who are, look at all of that pulp coming out of here. I got to mash that down. But people who are in chemo, because when you are in chemo and taking radiation, it does something to your white blood cells. So look at this. The cabbage itself helps with building up those white blood cells. It's full of copper. It helps with your bone metabolism. It also helps with brain-friendly minerals, or minerals going into the brain. And that is the end of this juice, y'all. It is made, and we're all going to taste it. I may go off the camera a little bit so I can call everybody back in, or I may just do it on my phone. It's full of iron, and of course we need that iron in our bodies. Keeps the red blood cells healthy so that they can do their job, delivering oxygen throughout the body, because that's what iron does, delivers oxygen throughout the body. And we need that for our brain health too. Because I'm telling y'all, when I don't get certain foods and nutrients in my body, I can be a little bit off and trying to remember, and what was that name, and what was that word, and what was this? So you know what? We need to continue to feed our bodies with the healthy things. All right. These are the minerals in cabbage. Manganese, it's a very important antioxidant, kills off free radicals, and helps protect the cells against damage from the free radicals. The cabbage also reduces the bad cholesterol and protects the body against cancer. That's what cabbage does. Can y'all believe that? I can, because that's who God is. The other thing that cabbage does, because it has a fibrous food, it also helps to stabilize the cholesterol, but also lower blood sugar. All right. Then we're going to go on to the apples, the Granny Smiths, which of course y'all know those are my favorite. I'm not going to go into details with them, because I know, hey Jane, that she bought her Granny Smith apples, and y'all know the benefits, but these are some. Granny Smith apples are high in vitamin C. They are great for the immune system. They reduce the risk of heart attack and stroke. They help fight cancer. They're a good source of fiber, vitamins, and high in potassium, And the reason why they make you feel good and feel full is because of the nutrients in those apples. They actually help with your brain health. They help with allergies. They put protein. They're full of protein. But the protein for the brain also helps with depression and anxiety, and so helps with acid reflux, helps with diarrhea, helps with constipation, helps with weight loss, gives us lung strength, helps our bones, helps our brain, helps us with memory and Alzheimer's disease, helps with gut health, not necessarily the visceral fat around the stomach. I don't know if I should turn to the side so y'all can see. I guess I'm losing a little bit, y'all. It ain't flat as a board, but I'm working on it. And so I get tickled when I think about it because I'm really trying to lose that visceral fat around my waist. Um, but anyway, guys, I'm going to tell you all about the pears, okay? The nutritional property of the pears, it has anti-inflammatory properties. They help you lose weight. They increase your energy. Not to mention, pears are great for weaning children and protecting against free radicals. These juicy fruits are packed with benefits for your health and are extremely easy to add to your diet. Listen at this. Pears improve kidney health, gut health, which is the fiber. That gut health is meaning that you are emptying your bowels. You're cleaning out that smaller intestine and the large intestine. So the pears are good for that. They're a rich source of plant compounds. These compounds are beneficial. They're called anthocyanins, and they improve the strengthening of your blood vessels. They are helpful for your eyes. They are helpful for your retina, preventing blindness and other diseases. They also slow down the process of deterioration of your vision. So make sure that you get pears in your diet, guys. Please, please. So many people that I know that are in their 60s are dealing with cataracts, are dealing with glaucoma. And God has already left the medication here for us in the form of a pear. All right. They also have anti-inflammatory problems, fighting inflammation. A pear has the antioxidants rich in minerals such as potassium, copper, vitamin C, and vitamin K that also fight inflammation. This has anti-cancer effects, and also the cancer of the lungs, cancer of the stomach, bladder cancer. Pears helps with breast cancer, ovarian cancer. Pears, y'all. This is what I did when I was diagnosed with cancer, and now I am cancer free because I still have to incorporate all of this in my diet every day, every single day. I know a lot of y'all are saying, if you're incorporating it in your diet, how did you gain weight? Because I was incorporating this in my diet, but I was also being foolish because I really like fried fish and fried shrimp. And I know that the fried fish in most places is battered with flour. What is flour? Flour converts to sugar. Sugar and flour put on pounds, but I also know that sugar feeds cancer cells. So I had to back off from doing a lot of things that I was doing. Do I say that we can't have it at all? I can't tell us that because I do still on occasion, but I eat 85 to 95% daily now, more fruits and more vegetables daily. And I wasn't doing it daily. And so I want to encourage you all. I'm not telling you to stop everything, but if you have a chronic illness, meaning it's taking you down, you have a very poor quality of life, then you have to cut it all out. And maybe in 5 or 6 years, you can begin to integrate some of it in your diet because, like Jay said, you know that you like the benefits of this life instead of the benefits of the other life, because either you're going to have life or you're going to have death in what you put in your mouth. I choose life. All right, guys. Helps with diabetes, maintain heart health, helps with weight loss. When you incorporate pears, they help improve your diet. They are good for your skin. Pears help with acid reflux. Can y'all believe that? And then I talked about some ways to fix pears, but of course we're just doing it in our juice. And you can always put your eggs your pears in a pan, and I may have said eggs a second ago, but pears juicing. But you could also get some coconut oil, a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of honey. Put that pear, slice it in half, and poach it in a pan with that. Let it steam up a little bit. That is excellent. Because I'm going to tell y'all what I fixed me the other week. I wanted some fried apples. And we had these apples sitting on the counter, I know, for about 3 or 4 weeks. And they had started to shrivel a little bit. But I washed them, cut them up in small bite-sized pieces, cooked them in some 100% butter from the store here where I live. And man, I'm telling you what, with some cinnamon and honey, and I think I put some nutmeg in it, some cloves, clove powder or ground cloves. And then I had some beans and I put them in the beans. It was wonderful for me. So, guys, listen. So, I am going to walk away from the camera for a minute, okay? Because I'm going to get everybody and we're going to taste this juice. So, I'm going to go to the camera, okay? All right? And see, I'm going outside because I think everybody is outside trying to get the basketball goal up. Let me see. Let me see where everybody is. And if they're not there, then I'll just taste the juice and let everybody know what it tastes like. Hey, y'all, the juice is ready. If you come taste it for a second, Jay. Yeah, come taste it so that the people can hear. Day, he'll be right back, baby. So Jay is coming back because they're trying to put that basketball goal together for everybody to play ball this weekend. And I just want him to taste it and tell me what he thinks about the juice. I actually have a big container full. All right, Jay, and then we're going to close out the show. There you are.
Thank you.
Tell me, you're welcome. Tell me what you think about it.
That's amazing. It's great.
It's sweeter than what I thought.
Yeah, it's good.
So I can take the cucumber overtakes it because it has a lightness to it, like a watery, right. But I like it.
It's not bitter. It's a little sweetness to it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, good. So guys, that's the end of the show. Jay came back in to taste the juice with me. I love you all. Take care of your health. Take care of your life. Be kind to you. And what do I say? It's a good day to have a good day. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.